Okay guys, here we go with turn 6. Let's start with Team Red. Skirmishers near the river are going to cross the river. The 10 arquebuses are going to move east to take up a position in front of the heavy foot. The skirmishers near the farm are going to move east to take up the position where the arquebuses used to be. The large unit of arquebuses is going to move forward to the position the skirmishers used to take up. The cannons fire at will, and the hero over here joins the skirmishers whenever possible. Okay, this should be fairly straightforward. Blue orders. Eastern skirmishers are going to advance. They may actually have a shot here, we'll see. The arquebuses are going to advance 4 inches, fire at will, prioritize the easternmost enemy skirmishers. Heavy crossbow, stand still, fire at will. Center skirmishers, advance 6 inches, fire at will. The big block back here are going to rest in place. Farm skirmishers, rest in place. Heavy horse, rest in place. Okay, so resting, firing at will. None of that stuff is going to move up, so there will be no shot. Center skirmishers, advance and oblique slightly west if necessary, firing at will, prioritize enemy handgunners. So these skirmishers have a range of 24. Let's go ahead and take care of these now. Advance 6 inches, oblique slightly west if necessary. And I'm going to put them on the oblique slightly and bring them up here. Could have done this better. Trying to be cognizant of the time so I don't run out here. Okay, so those guys move up. Do they have a shot then? 24 plus 30? No shot. No shot. So they moved up. Heavy crossbow, stand still. So they're still obliquely angled, by the way. Stand still, fire at will. Prioritize enemy handgun. Nope. Arquebus, advance 4 inches. Fire at will, prioritize eastern. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Range out there is 22-ish. Range on an arquebus is 18. No shot. No shot yet. Eastern skirmishers, advance 6 inches, firing at will. Advance 6 inches. So again, these guys don't have, I'm going to assume that they're going to stay here. That's kind of a wheel. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Firing at will. They've got a range of 24. Will there be shots? Maybe. Yeah. There's definitely going to be a shot here of some kind. So we're going to, but that shot cannot take place during the pass-through phase because these guys move, so that must take place during the missile phase. So let's go ahead and handle their movement over there. Let's see. I got those guys. Heavy crossbow, stand still. Center skirmishers, all that stuff. Yep, all that's done except for the fatigue stuff. Let's flip back here to red. All right, skirmishers near the river. Cross the river. So the way you cross the river is you have to move to the river, stop, and then cross. So how am I going to do this with these skirmishers? Well, they all have 9 inches of movement. So he won't make it. He won't make it to the river's edge. He will make it to the river's edge. So I can get these 2 units up here to the river edge. Now, would I want to move into range of those guys or not? I'm going to say no. So this guy is going to advance 3 and stop. this guy can stack up here and stop as well. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Stack up and stop. Those guys were moving, so they couldn't take fire during the pass-through phase. So this is still okay. Can these guys stack up here to make it one unit? Yes, they can. And can these guys stack up? Yes, they can. So all of these units moved. Because to cross the river, you have to halt. So next turn, they'll have to halt. Then they'll be crossing. Then they'll be halted on the far side. Actually, I think they're halted on this side. Anyway, I can rule on this later. But for now, the important thing is they're together now as an entire unit, halted at the river's edge at the end of their movement segment. 10 arquebuses move east to take up position in front of the heavy foot. Well, they want to be in front of the heavy foot. They can move 12, so I'm going to move them 12, which will take these guys to about, and it says move east, so we're going to move as directly east as possible. Now that is a facing change. Shoot. Well, let me take them all the way down, and then I'll back off. Because I did not mark where they were. Okay, so if they had been able to move, they're full 12, but they can't because that is a facing change to the right, so that would have been half move. So they actually could only move, I moved it from 30 to 18, so of 12, I got to back off half, which would be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, here is where they're at. And they are facing this way right now. Why is this guy? Oh, yeah. Because it should have been one of these dealios. Sorry, y'all. I had some more feline interference here. Okay. Arquebuses move east, take up that position. Skirmishers near the farm move east to take up the position where the arquebuses used to be. Well, these guys can easily move. They've got no facing change. And the arquebuses only moved 6 inches, so they're going to start moving that way. So we're just going to move the whole. And I'm going to actually get them a little closer here. So there we go. And then about 2. And then about 2, and then about 2, and then about 2. Tighten this up. Tighten that up. Okay, that's good enough. Skirmishers near the farm. Large unit of arquebuses move forward to the position the skirmishers used to take up. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a bottleneck. So I can... Yeah, that facing change is probably what screwed them up, because these guys don't have facing changes and those guys don't have. So really, these guys can't move forward quite yet unless I stack up these guys, which I don't think was the intent, but I could clear them out and move these guys forward. What to do. I think at this point the bottleneck is so big that they're not going to move forward. These arquebuses are not going to move forward yet. Cannons fire at will. This hero joined the skirmishers whenever possible. So his movement as a heavy horse, he knows those guys are crossing. We're just going to bring him down here easily within. This is only going to move him up 7 of his movement, which he can easily do, and then he'll wait there. All right. How are we doing on time? We're 10 minutes in. I've got 5 minutes to handle the fatigue portion and the shooting portion. So is there a shot from these guys over to those guys? So that guy, can he fire 24? I think arquebuses is only 18. Let me look again. Yes, arquebuses is only 18. No shot. And no shot going back the other way either. No shot this way. The only shot coming out is that way. 2 ranks firing at these skirmishers. How many of these guys actually have range to get over there? The range on these guys is 24. So let's measure it. Can this block shoot? Yes. Can this block shoot? Yes. Can this block shoot? Yes. This block? Yes. This block? Yes. This block? Yes. Yes, barely. Nope, barely in range there. In range there. In range there. Not in range there. Not in range there. So really, the only ones that are getting excluded here are these 3. So I'm going to just move them temporarily out of the way so that I don't F this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. I've got to equally divide this. First of all, what kind of armor are these? I already said these guys are half armored. That's why they're moving 9. So we're firing 9 at half armored. And there is a line for 9 to 10. They do 3 casualties no matter what I roll. So there will be 3 casualties off of these guys. I will take them from here and here. I am still going to consider this to be a unit that is halted at the side of the river right now. Okay, that's it for firing. Now let's go through the fatigue stuff. So these guys didn't move. All these guys rested, so their fatigue markers are now removed. The heavy crossbows stayed in place, right? They didn't move. These skirmishers did move. These skirmishers did not. Let me double check these heavy crossbowmen, because I am doubting myself now. Blue orders. Heavy crossbow, stand still. Okay. So they're going to clear their fatigue markers. Meanwhile, these guys moved up, so they get a fatigue. These guys moved up, so they get a fatigue. These are at 4. 1, 4, 2. Yeah, that sounds right. Doubting myself again. Moving back to the other side. Fatigue marker cleared. We're going to have 1 fatigue for these guys. We're going to have 1 fatigue for these arquebuses. 1 fatigue for these skirmishers. And the horseman here is totally fatigued, but he'll be resting while the unit crosses over. And that, my friends, is the end of turn 6. Clear this marker, tighten this stuff up, and I'll get some pictures to you shortly. Thank you for tuning in, as usual. Let's get aggressive out there, unlike the Hill Street Blues commander, who would tell you, be safe out there, or take it easy out there, or whatever he usually says. All right, here we go.